Affairs, Dr. Susan Pocott. She is an associate professor in the College of Nursing and former chair of the UT Graduate Council. And she's going to speak to us about a very important topic, the academic integrity in graduate education and research. Dr. Pocott.
Well, good morning. This is my favorite time of the year on the calendar, of the 12-month calendar. I've always enjoyed the fall. Ever since I was a kindergartner student many years ago, and I'm not going to tell you how many, I've always enjoyed the feeling of the renewal of coming back to school. And even now I've completed my own academic journey in the seat of the classroom, it's still continuing as an educator, as an administrator, and also as a scholar. So I welcome you today, and I'm excited to take just a few more moments of your time to talk to you about a few things that I hope will help you kind of reset your framework of how you think about the importance of education, such that your academic journey continues to be as exciting as it has been to this point, and that it will be successful. And that today, after I'm done with my comments, perhaps your foundation of goal setting will be a little more solidified. The objectives of our education at University of Toledo are that the assurance of integrity in graduate education and research is paramount. Academic and scholarly activity at the graduate level takes many forms at the University of Toledo, including but not limited to classroom activity, lab or field experience, and artistic expression, whether you're on campus, online, or anywhere in the world with your academic activities. The College of Graduate Studies at the University of Toledo upholds the highest ethical standards in its teaching, research, and service missions. But there is a couple concerns that we must address and face it head on, and that is that the academic dishonesty activity around the world is on the rise, as well as professional scientific misconduct around the world is on the rise. So my presentation purpose today is to reintroduce you, I hope, to a few concepts of what is academic integrity, and then provide you with some resources. This presentation will be put online, and so all of the web links that you'll see in these slides, you will be able to then access at the end of this presentation today. Who does academic integrity apply to? Well, basically, it's all of us in the academic community, whether we're administrators, students, staff, researchers, and so forth. What is academic integrity? This is where it gets a little bit qualitative and vague because it's a behavior. It's a behavior that abides by a set of principles of right conduct that are part of the overarching ethics of our community. It's a behavior that abides by a set of values that informs academic actions such that the UT vision and mission can be achieved. Academic integrity is our desired academic culture. So the way we build academic integrity, we actually start at the beginning, and that is of our core values. Those core values inform our behaviors. The behaviors then evolve into our culture of academic integrity. That leads to many outcomes, but one of the most important outcomes, I'm sure, for you today is the value of the degree. And indeed, Dr. Kamenicki was describing some of the wonderful successes of all of the degrees from the programs that she introduced today when we did the little meet and greet stand-up. This, plus all kinds of other activities at the university, then allow us to achieve the mission and vision. So what is our mission of the University of Toledo? It is that the University of Toledo is to improve the human condition, to advance knowledge through excellence in learning, discovery and engagement, and serve as a diverse, student-centered, public metropolitan research university. So let's review a couple of the core values. The University of Toledo has 6 core values. I won't read them all to you. I'll just pick a couple. But I think that you'll see in the language of the core values that the language speaks to the ethics that is common to all cultures around the world. All UT stakeholders are expected to behave in a manner congruent with our core values. And you'll see when I show you a couple that there's some bold lettered phrases and words that capture the spirit of academic integrity. So for example, core value Roman numeral 1 has the phrases compassion, professionalism, and respect. Treat every individual with kindness, dignity, and care. It continues on, it includes the concepts of altruism, accountability, integrity, and honor. Another example where you'll see bold letters that apply to academic integrity to inform our behavior include diversity, integrity, and teamwork. And you can read on, and includes the concepts of trust, supportive work environment based on stewardship and advocacy that adheres to the highest ethical standard. A third example speaks to the excellence, focus, and innovation, striving for the highest level focus. The terms academic freedom and responsibility are very important to our core values. So the purpose of those values are not just to have fancy language posted on our website, but they actually provide the framework upon which we organize our behavior, and that these behaviors then are implemented, and we design a variety of very rigid sounding policies and procedures that I'll show a couple of you to you today. And as a result of the policies and procedures that we use to implement the common core values, we believe that the highest quality of student learning and pursuit of truth can occur, not only in addition to should it occur. So what is the culture of academic integrity? It's part of our core values, and it applies to the specific actions required for the highest quality of learning, discovery, and pursuit of truth. And again, you'll see various web links that you can access to get this and other information at the end of the presentation throughout the next couple days. The Center for Academic Integrity defines academic integrity as a commitment, even in the face of adversity, to 5 fundamental values: honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibilities. From these principles flow behavior that enables academic communities to translate our ideals into action. So putting it back together again, the foundation upon which we achieve excellence is based on our core values that informs behavior, feeds into our culture of a community, of our academic integrity, and leads to then our achievement of the University of Toledo mission and vision. So we need to kind of step back for just a moment and reconsider what is not acceptable behavior. And that is the phrase academic dishonesty. So I'd like to spend just a couple seconds going through what that is. And my goal is, by giving you this information, we're going to prevent examples of academic dishonesty in each and every one of your academic careers here. The definitions and rules are common. So we all have heard the word honesty before, and these are principles that are common around the world. It is expected that you as a graduate student already understand what academic honesty is and how to achieve that. Academic dishonesty at the University of Toledo, without reading you this very complex policy and procedure, simply put, it will not be tolerated. This is an example of a very important policy that you are expected to understand, and I invite you to read it at a future time this week. So what do we mean by academic dishonesty? Absolutely, an example of academic dishonesty is the common one that we call plagiarism or cheating. But it's bigger than just plagiarism and cheating. It also involves your behavior. For example, if you talk about an exam after you take it and go talk to other students about the exam, that is considered actions of academic dishonesty. Another couple examples are listed here on this slide that are part of our policy, and the bottom one is often sometimes a surprise to people, and that is submitting the same written work to fulfill requirements for more than one course. So there are many examples of academic dishonesty that we want you to understand and then not do them. Plagiarism is probably the most common violation of our academic integrity goals. Plagiarism has many examples, not limited to those that I've listed here, but some of the obvious ones: directly copying something from another resource and not providing the appropriate citation and references, misuse of resources. This is something that is more common as I've seen my own academic journey as a faculty for the last 10 years, and that is accidental sloppiness, not using appropriate citation and reference, faking citation, and just simply using materials, as I said before, for more than one course. A surprise to many of our graduate students as well as our undergraduate students is this following concept: intentional and unintentional plagiarism is considered inappropriate by all professional organizations and academic institutions. And because we can't unequivocally figure out which is which, whether it's intentional or unintentional action, it is treated the same at many institutions, including the University of Toledo. So you might say, well, I'm a graduate student. Why would I know what this is? I've learned lots of things. I've gotten through other academic programs successfully. Why would people want to cheat? Well, graduate school presents a lot of new difficulties and level of problems for our students that you don't expect sitting here today. So I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to inspire you to face this head on and realize, to take some time to figure out what are our policies, but understand that maybe some of the thoughts that you had prior to this day might need to change just a little bit. Some of our students are a little bit insecure in their skills, and that leads them to behaviors. Some people feel that they won't get caught because there's just way too many students on this campus. How can one faculty possibly catch me? A lot of people, you've got families and jobs, and so there's a lot of shortcuts that people take. So there's a lot of reasons why students cheat, plagiarize, and other activities of dishonesty. At the University of Toledo, our faculty, as well as our teaching assistants, that some of you in this room will have the pleasure of becoming, have a lot of resources available to them to keep an eye on things. First and foremost, we want to help our students prevent things. So our goal here is not to catch people and punish. Our goal here is to help and prevent. Faculty are required by our contracts and also by our core ethics of our UT values to report cases of academic dishonesty. So what happens if there are a couple cases of academic dishonesty? I want to assure you that we have some very good policies in place that I'm going to ask you to read after the presentation. And these policies are designed to give you due process so that we can not have a mistake accusation that will lead to some really horrible discomfort and terrible outcomes. However, I want you to be aware that the range of what will happen if something is caught starts from failure of an assignment, moves through the possible failure of the course, and even some kind of a probation or complete academic dismissal from our university. One of the things that students think doesn't apply to them is if they're caught, they'll just leave the university system. The Student Code of Conduct for all students at the University of Toledo is very clear in the expectations. An act of academic dishonesty is one example of violation of the Student Code of Conduct. But as you can see in the slide up here, basically, students, from the moment that they apply to our universities all the way through our university, single, all the way through their academic journey here, are liable for what it is that they do. And so if there's an action pending, even if a student withdraws from the university, that doesn't absolve them of a possible outcome. So when do you want to apply academic principles of academic integrity? All the time. Make it simple on yourself all the time. Whether you're online class, inline, doing a simulation center, research, artistic activities, make it part of your culture. Why should we accomplish a culture of academic integrity at UT? This is where it really starts to affect us if we don't work together as a community. And that is, piece by piece, acts of academic dishonesty, the cheating, the plagiarism, and other activities begin to eat away at that value of our degrees. And it also undermines the trust that we have together such that we can have academic freedom as we explore all of our ideas and go through whether you're doing research or writing a paper or whatever. Your value of your degree could be severely compromised. So how to prevent academic dishonesty? First of all, not everybody has the same interpretation of the core values, or they might operate off of a different set of ethics. So it's part of your job to share your understanding and inspire, whether you're a teaching assistant or a person working with a research team together, work with each other, help each other, inspire each other to follow academic integrity principles. The policies and procedures are your responsibility to read and understand and to follow. This presentation, the last couple slides, have a lot of resources for you, and so including some of which that I've already outlined already, as well as a presentation that many of you will hear by Dr. Trempe of research conduct at one of our other sessions today. You've been required to take 3 online modules in addition to today's presentations, and one of those will be going into more information about academic integrity. The course faculty is your key source. Be sure that you ask them for understanding of all of their policies and procedures in their course syllabi, and that their expectations are clear to you. Ask as many questions and seek their help as often as possible. We are here to help. Other areas that you can learn, the library system is fabulous. It has lots of good information that you can access online, as well as meet with a librarian in person or face-to-face or via chatting. There is a writing center at the University of Toledo for both undergraduate and graduate needs of your academic journey. And this can be available to you both as an in-person appointment, a phone appointment, or online. So this service is whether your coursework is face-to-face online. Handbooks that you'll see on the College of Graduate Studies website, the professional development programs that you'll hope that you'll take advantage of from our website. But I want to leave you with a positive feeling. Again, this is not about trying to scare you. It's about trying to assure you that all of the positive experiences and your intentions that are pure and good that you entered here today with are continued, and that they'll even get more positive. We assume that the vast majority of you have an understanding to and a commitment to and will behave with the utmost academic integrity. We understand the stressors of graduate school might challenge you at times in ways that you can't predict today. Some of you might be a bit rusty on your scholarship skills. So I beg you to, at any moment, if you feel a little stress or uncertainty, reach out to somebody, whether it's your academic advisor, whether it's the College of Graduate Studies, administration and staff, anyone. Seek help before you're tempted to stray and maybe make an unintentional or intentional error. So we ask you to support each other and encourage academic integrity with renewed compassion, respect, and commitment. Enjoy your academic